Good evening, Mep here, Mep Investments. Been a while since I've done a video, and there's been a lot of action in the markets. Actually, been busy with work, and also did finally get the coronavirus. Was down for about 2 weeks, close to 2.5, 3 weeks. Feeling a lot better now, but yeah, a lot of fatigue and tiredness. And the whole family got it, but thank God everybody's okay. Everybody's doing well, work as well, and the markets are acting up. So let me do a video here because I haven't done one in a while. I think it's been over a month, but regardless, let me inform the subscribers of my thoughts and what I see out there and my path and trends, etc. Obviously, in my prior videos, we all know that interest rates are heading higher because the Fed is trying to um to curb inflation, which I think they will surrender to inflation, and I don't think they will accomplish what they need to accomplish in the inflation fight. Just for the simple fact that we basically passed $31 trillion in debt as a nation, and our government is running deficits, and the higher interest rates climb, the harder it is for our government to service the debt. So it's a no-win battle, and I think at the end, the scenario will be a big dollar demise and possibly hyperinflation. I just don't see how the Fed raises rates to, you know, let's be let's be realistic. Inflation is running 8-9% based on government numbers. It's probably much higher than that. But let's just go by government numbers. If the Fed wanted to be wanted to bring in inflation like they're jawboning and talking about, because that's all they do is talk about inflation every day, because they think if they talk about interest rate hikes that the inflation is gonna come in. But it's not, and they need to get rates to basically 10%, let's say, to bring inflation in. Do you think, what do you think would happen to the economy at interest rates at 10%? Now, there are some things that have come down. Obviously, they're popping the bubble in the stock market. Housing market is, refinance markets for housing is drying up. Housing prices supposedly are coming in and softening. But I don't know. I don't get it. They just sold the house right down the street from me in a month for 600. They were asking 695, and they sold it for 650. Incredible, and they're doing work to it. So I mean, I don't know how people do it. Thank God I'm grandfathered in here. I've been here in my neighborhood in Miami since 2004. So I'm grandfathered in, and I did refinance at under 3%. I took advantage of those low rates. But the 30-year rate is almost at, it's probably 7% more or less. So, I'm not a fan of real estate right now. Real estate is an equivalent of rents, and it's very tough right now to buy a property and rent it at a net cash positive return. So, not a fan of real estate right now. The only asset class that I really, really like, and I think there's value, is the precious metal sector and oil. And most of my portfolio is in oil. And I have a lot of small names because if you guys know me and have watched the channel, I'm maxing out my 401k, which I already maxed it out this year. which per year you can max it out at 20,500, if I'm not mistaken. Unless you got the catch up rule, you might be able to do a little bit more. But that's maxed out, and that pretty much, I'm in the BlackRock 2045, I think it is, which is a target date fund, which is a balanced fund. And I have it in a Roth 401k. Try and max out your Roths first. And if you could do a regular Roth IRA, awesome as well. And then if you have other retirement funds that, if you're allowed to check with your accountant, fund those next, the traditional stuff, if possible. But you always want to put it in a Roth, so when you do your distribution, if you got willing to retirement age, that money is not taxed when you take it out. And at the rate we're going, taxes must be much, much, much higher in the future to run the government. Run the government and be balanced budget. It's very sad, the things that are happening. Now, the dollar, I always like to talk about the dollar. The dollar it's been on a tear. But, the thing is that today it closed at 112.75 based on this chart. But the thing is, the dollar is so strong, and oil is up there, and commodities have come down, but they're still up there. So you can imagine when the dollar rolls over and comes back down, where these commodity prices are headed. Because the gold, the dollar's at 112.75, but oil's over $90 a barrel. Gold is at 1,700 an ounce, and so what happens when this dollar rolls over? And the dollar's giving problems to these foreign countries' currencies. I think in the recent news, the Japanese had to intervene in the currency market. And also England was the first one to pivot, and they had to buy bonds. Because remember, the government sells bonds. Bonds are IOUs, so they basically pay you interest in the future. And when they borrow the money, they sell bonds, they borrow the money, and they pay you interest in the future. So it's an IOU. So they borrow that, they sell the bonds, they get the money, and they use it to fund the government. And that's how governments function. And obviously it's based on interest rates. So, if I'm not mistaken, it was England. England had to pivot and buy their own bonds. And they're also cutting taxes. So, they're in for an inflation nightmare over there. Remember, inflation is a tax. Inflation is the printing of money. And our government is printing money to run the government because, first of all, they don't have enough tax base to cover it. They're running deficits. And it's a disaster. Too much debt. So they're printing money to run the government, and that's a tax. Inflation is a tax without representation. Remember that. So all the foreign currencies are getting clobbered because the dollar's higher. The euro's under $1. The pound is almost going down to parity at $1.11. The Aussie's down. So it's really bad. Bitcoin finished under 20,000. I have a couple put credit spreads in BITO, which is an ETF. BITO. Don't have much in the crypto space. Not a believer in the crypto space. I think it's a Ponzi scheme, but to each his own. Oil up $4.75 to $93.20 a barrel. And let me touch on oil. So the Saudis are not going to produce. They're going to cut Saudi. I want to say it was 2 million barrels that they cut. Saudi to cut oil production. I want to say they said two 2 million barrels was what they were stating. Uh, Jeez, where did it say it? Yeah, here it is. The OPEC alliance allows, this is the beginning, announced a 2 million barrel a day cut in oil production Wednesday, an amount that would drive oil and gas prices back up after weeks of downward trend. So we have a real big study this, guys. Read about it, educate yourself. We have a real big dilemma with this because the administration has drained out our strategic petroleum reserves, which is called SPR, to 40-year levels. So, and our government right now said that they're a net buyer of oil at $80 a barrel. So imagine that. So I have a lot of concentration, a lot of small caps in the oil industry. When I have a little bit of extra money, I'll buy small caps that are profitable, and I can chime in on some of them. And this might be a little longer video, but it'll be very educational and very good for you. The S&P was down 106 points. Ether's down to 1327, another crypto token. Now, the crypto market is under $1 trillion now. I really don't pay attention to this crap. Yeah, global market cap, 988 trillion right now. I don't know if I have the coin market. I don't even know if I have that app still. I have allergies. Sorry, guys. Coin market cap. There's 20. Give me one second. Oh, sorry, guys. I got allergies. There are 21,241 cryptos, 527 exchanges, 947 market cap, and Bitcoin dominance is down to 39.6%. Crazy. That is crazy. Oh, sorry guys about the allergies. But I hope you find this a fun video and educational and see what I have my money in. And so far this year, I'm down. It's okay. I've had a magnificent last 2 or 3 years, and kind of in a way I get happy because, don't have much debt, and I just try and accumulate these smaller stocks for my future, which I think they will do good based on my research and analysis. I listen to the conference calls, and they're profitable companies. Gold is at 1,700. It's had a good run back up, and I still think that we'll see much higher prices in the future. I like buying physical metals, silver and gold. I think they're both very undervalued, and I think the future is bright for them. And I think that in this environment, you have to have something that you have in your hand, that you can physically have in your hand in this paper world that we live in. Hogs have come down a lot. Now, the feeders and cattle are doing well. Meat prices are still high, but hogs have come down a lot. Pork is at 77 cents a pound. It's come down a lot. And copper has come down a lot because of the industrial metal, and there's a lot of talk about global recession. The United States is technically in a recession. We've had 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP. Now, the administration don't want to say that we are in a recession. They're trying to change the definition of recession, but we are in a recession, technically, and I think it might get worse. And this is what will cause the Federal Reserve, to pivot and cut rates and continue the printing game and the lowering the interest rates again. They will give up and eventually do that. Small caps down 1705, down 52. Nasdaq has been getting destroyed, and a lot of the mega cap tech names have been destroyed. Dow Jones down 636. Natural gas has really pulled back to 660, and I think that we'll see higher prices in natural gas being part of the energy sector. Palladium and platinum, pretty range bound, but back. I still think platinum is a deal. Palladium is tough one to own, and it's really. I remember buying palladium back at $500 an ounce back in the day. So you can imagine that silver, which is at 20, I do foresee in the future silver being over $50 and going to $100 easily in the future. VIX up to almost 32 with the sell-off. The fear gauge really picked up. The grains have really come down a lot. Corn has come down. Soybeans have come down and wheat have come down. So that's a good thing for food prices. But I think those grains, I have to do more research. I think they will be heading higher. And the bonds have gotten destroyed with rates going higher. So those are the futures. In regards to let's go to bar chart. In regards to specific stock names, I mean, for the long haul, there are a lot of great opportunities for the long haul if you have time on your side. Here are the most. Oh wait. No, not unusual. We're gonna go to options, and let's go to where. Where is options? Most actives. Sorry, guys. So Tesla down to 223, and Musk is in turmoil with the Twitter deal, which supposedly he needs to get done. Advanced Micro Devices, I think, guided down, softer numbers coming ahead, and it got walloped down 13%. Amazon down 4%. Twitter stable because of the deal. Nvidia down 8%. Meta down 4%. Tilray with that marijuana kind of talk about the administration about less criminal penalties was up in after hours yesterday and then got slammed today. Microsoft down 5. Netflix has been on a tear, but they're down 6 today. Carnival down to $6.76. Intel destroyed all the way down to 25. That stock's been from 50 down to 20, cut in half in a straight line. But they have bad forecasts and horrible earnings. Have very disappointing, very, very disappointing numbers. DraftKings was positive tip because it might do a deal with Disney and ESPN. Google down some. I'm a member of bar chart. You have to pay. Can't live with that without bar chart. Guys, I'm so sorry I have allergies. I sound like crap. CVS down 10%. PayPal down 4.5%. I mean, it's just a bloodbath. Everything's really, really down. It's ridiculous. Really, really bad. Nike down to $87. Amazing. FedEx has been walloped, but it's building a base. Starbucks down to. So I've been active and I have put a lot of trades on because this is the environment you want to put some trades on. So let's go to. I had 14 orders filled today and 16 canceled, but I've put on a lot of not orders, trades in the past couple of weeks. I have done that. I won't go into some of our positions. Let's see here. We can do it by one account. So this one account I have here, I don't have much in this retirement account. My biggest position is Quick, and Quick is a semiconductor play, just a small one, and they have future earnings. I don't know if I have my. I don't even know if my Market Smith still works. I don't even know if I have it here. I think I took it off. I took it off. Yeah, I took it off. I took my Market Smith off. But Quick has a forecast to do good in the upcoming next year. So I've been accumulating Quick. I got 1,100 shares of Quick, and they're like a little semiconductor play. And then over here, I have in my other retirement account, I got 600 shares of Hudson Technologies. I'm holding it. I don't care if I'm down. They're a profitable refrigerant company, which have to do with Freon and stuff and HVAC and stuff like that. UTI is a bad trade. U1 is a bad trade. Just stuff that I just leave it there. It's nothing I can do. So I did do trades in the SPY and the Dow Jones, Nextera Energy I own, Adobe I did a trade, IWM, Tesla, Apple, FedEx, Amazon, AMD, Kroger, and these are all like 45 days out. Obviously, I'm down on them, but I still got time for them to come back up. And these are some stocks that I own. EZPW, they're a pawn shop, and HHS, I'm still holding that. I'm up on them and I won't sell. And then ASC is a natural gas and oil shipper, gasoline and stuff like that. My regular account, I have some names here that I'm down on. TWI is a tire manufacturer for agriculture, very profitable. Don't care if I'm down. I'll keep holding. Diana Shipping, another one that I'm down. Good profits. These are profitable companies. Now ATH Home Auto Home, ATHM is a Chinese like auto trader. I'm holding on to that because Chinese market will probably be booming for used cars here in the next couple of years, and I think that stock can do well. Some of my better oil plays, WTI, I'm up $1,500. It's an oil drilling equipment company. INSW is another one, a shipper with natural gas and jet fuel and diesel. MTR is a trust for natural gas and gas and oil. Prophase is a bio play. They make medicine. HNRG, another one that's coal and they're doing a utility company in Indiana. NC, another coal play. Target Hospitality, they house people in the oil sector, in the premium basin and stuff like that. They house them. RCMT, I have 1,000 shares. They're big into professional services, hiring people. So you can see I have some up and down. And those are some of my stocks that I own. On the orders, I can show you what I got filled in today. I did a put credit spread in the Qs for 85 cents, $2 wide, 42 days out. Sold a 268 put and bought the 266 for an 85-cent credit, 42 days out. I did one in the SPY for 40 cents, or basically $40. Another one in the SPY for $75. I did one in Scott Miracle Grow. They do dirt and all kinds of stuff for marijuana too. I did that one for $190. IWM small count for $37. Dow Jones for $40. Tyson's Foods for $75. AMD for $40. Starbucks for $75. Walmart for $40, CVS for $75, another one for Walmart for $77, AMD another one for $33, and another one for Netflix. I did Netflix for $80. These are all pretty much put credit spreads about 42 days out. So I was active today on this sell-off. I'm usually active when there's a sell-off, and I usually sell put credit spreads for the most part. We're down a lot, so I don't want to get bearish at these levels. I mean, if you take a look at the indexes, I want to say that we're down 25% at least on the overall market. Let's take a look at the future performance. Let's just do year to date. So the Nasdaq is down 32% year to date. The small caps 23, S&P 23, and Dow Jones 19. So 3 out of the 4 indexes are in bear market territory, and the Dow Jones is probably be in the bear market territory here soon. So we're in a bear market in most indexes. The Japanese yen is down 20%, bear market. The European stock market down 21%. The DAX down 22%. A lot of red. What's green? Natural gas up 77%. Heating oil up 73%. The VIX 60%. Orange juice 37%. I've been drinking a lot of orange juice, guys. It's very good for you. I know it has sugar, but I've been drinking a lot. I need that potassium and vitamin C. So trying to get healthy. Been feeling a lot under the weather. Haven't done many videos and been kind of MIA. Hopefully trying to get my health back in check. Corona got me, and just trying to get healthy here. I got allergies here tonight. So what else? Corn is up 15, wheat up 14. So the grains have been hanging in there except the soybeans. And you can see that the commodities have been outperforming everything else for the most part. Now, gold is down 7% and silver is down 13%. But I got a feeling that that's going to change around very, very quick. I'm a firm believer in them. We're running huge deficits, and it's not getting very pretty. And I think the Fed is going to reverse course. So, yeah, I did a lot of put credit spreads here today. I haven't really been messing with the futures, just doing a lot of spreads. Now, I was down 2.2%, which is relatively better than everything besides the Dow Jones. The S&P was down 2.8, Russell was down 2.8, Nasdaq 3.8. So I almost beat everything, which is cool. And I mean, in regards to my favorite stocks, I really like WTI, not because I'm up, but I think that people are going to need their services. HNRG, I really, really, really love. GNE, another one I really like. I really like the energy sector. RCMT, professional services, recruiting people for hospitals, for health science, and even in some energy sectors, they do recruiting. I think they have huge earnings potential, and I really like them. What other stocks do I own that are small? I like SWN. I have 1,000 shares in natural gas play. Another one, PHX, another oil play. I really like it. What else? OBE out of Canada. I have 1,000 shares. Another oil play in Canada. Bohr, 1,500 shares. Another driller equipment. Ring Energy. Gas. Hudson. TWI. DSX. And I like Quick. And those are pretty much the stocks that I have. And I don't care if I'm down. I'm in it for a long haul. I still got a long time for retirement. Yeah, I'm gonna hold these babies and try and add them on pullbacks. Now, besides the stocks in the energy sector, um, make sure you get into the precious metals, um, and try and invest. I think we're in a period you have to invest in things that people must buy. People need to buy food. Um, Gold and silver have always been the ultimate hedge against inflation, um, and it's non-correlated to the stock market. Sometimes hard assets are favored over paper assets. So do your due diligence and protect yourself. Um, and those are pretty much my picks. I mean, they've been pretty much steady. I really haven't seen a lot. Uh, and then, I mean, when we look at the bar chart, everything is pretty much down, and everything's red. And we've been in a downtrend, as you can see here on the futures. We're in a bear market, so but this is a good time to buy if you have time on your side. So look at these companies that people need their products. People need energy. People need electricity. That's not going away. You can't turn off the lights. You got to fuel your car, and we have our SPRs at 40-year level lows. We have the Saudis cutting production, and we really got China closed, and they will be opening up soon. Um, and they're gonna have more demand for oil. I also like coal, natural gas, and the precious metals. I mean, those this is where I see the value. And you can also dabble and try and find some winners in the food sector. Um, you know, Technology I think will be out of favor for a while. I'll let my 401k take care of that. I know those stocks will bounce back, and I'm just doing small little put credit spreads in them to make a little extra dough. Um, but that's pretty much all I have tonight. I hope all of you are doing well. Comment, chime in, say hi. If you have any stock picks or any ideas, would love to hear them. Have a good night. God bless. And hopefully I'll do another video here in the next couple days. Have a good night.